Outside.
Yeah, OTB spreads, and we are back after the All-Star break. Fellas and ladies, let's make some money. Let's get back to business. MLB, we're going to cap these games, or I should say game. We got the Mets versus the Phillies. I'm going to give you guys the breakdown, what I feel is the best bets for today. If you guys want to lock in on my Big Baller Elite, feel free. You can use code word tequila. You can go grab gold, silver, whatever shakes and rocks your fucking world. But let's get into it, guys. We cashed on the American League on the All-Star game. I did cash on Argentina today. It was a hedge bet, so I didn't make as much off of that future play. But hey, turning $425 into roughly, $35,000 in profit while protecting my original wager. Can't beat that. I hedged some money on France just in case Spain lost. And then today, obviously, I took Argentina. I just pretty much split the difference, taking half of what they were gonna give me. So made a lot of money today, guys. Granted, I wish that the read was a little bit cleaner. I wish England would have pulled it out. They almost did 10 or 2 goals in 10 minutes. That stings. But hey, poor coaching's poor coaching, and we see that across all sports. Sometimes managers in baseball, as well as soccer, football, basketball, they make poor decisions. All right, but let's get into it, man. It's been a great month. This week has been a little sluggish, limited on what we could take, limited on upside. It's been, back and forth with the books. Phenomenal UFC card on Saturday, phenomenal Saturday. Sunday was decent. Monday was so-so, and then today, obviously, the story. We did okay, but it could have been way better. So cashed both teams to score. We cashed the over 2.5 goals. Also cashed the over on corners. If England would have pulled it out, it would have been pretty much a sweep on the day. So, but let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about the Mets. Let's talk about the Phillies. And what you're looking at is Blowout Alert. If you don't have it yet, go to sportsfbi.com. Sign up for free. Industry best data and research. If you didn't watch my last video, I gave you 30 minutes of ways to think as a better sports bettor. I also have tutorials posted all over my YouTube for this. So help you learn how to use the app and work your way around it a little bit easier. All right, let's get into it. 2 minutes into the intro. It's time to go, time to talk about it, time to make some money. Let's find out what the best plays for today are going to be. All right, guys, as we can see who we got on the mound today, it's Christian Scott. I like him more than I like Nola. As we can see, if you go to the pitching matchup, if you were on the home screen here and you first logged in, we got one game on the slate. Plus 106 to the Mets, minus 124 to the Phillies, minus 1.5 is to the Mets. That's going to be big time plus money around plus 200. Plus 1.5 right around minus 190 on the Phillies. What the books are telling us off of that is they believe the Phillies don't lose a lot of games by more than one run. So they flip-flopped it on you. They gave you the underdog, the run line delay 1.5 and pay you bigger because they believe it's going to be a one-run game. And with that said, guys, I'm going to give a quick look on this money line here at minus 124. A couple reasons why. I don't trust Nola. I don't love laying juice. I don't love paying vig. I don't love paying commission to the books to take the Phillies with Nola on the mound. Look, Nola's not been good. We can dive in and look at his ERA. He did have a decent outing in his last one. 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. Not terrible. 8 Ks, decent stuff. We know Nola has decent K stuff. The problem is he does have games where he gives up big earned runs, 5-3. These 2-2s here in the middle of June didn't hurt too bad, but this showing against Pittsburgh. But we do know Pittsburgh hits righties really well. They do have hot bats. I like what I've seen out of Nola over his last really 2 games. He hasn't been giving up those multiple 4 and 5 and 7 earned run games like he had been. Now, if you go back over here into like early-ish May, he was getting peppered a lot more, 5, 6, 3, 6 on a lot of his starts, right? His ERA is trending, in my opinion, in a little bit better of a direction, not much. Christian Scott, he's been phenomenal for the Mets. As you can see, he wins all the pitching edges. So the pitching edge definitely goes to the New York Mets here, and not so much the Phillies. But on a case-by-case basis, the New York Mets own a slight edge, only a half a run differential on that side of things over the last 10 games. Before the All-Star break, we did see the Mets bats heat up just a little bit more. Starting pitcher quality, we know that Christian Scott holds all the edges as far as starting pitcher goes. All the starting pitcher edges are out the window. We know it goes straight to the Mets. Phillies, they've got home field advantage in Citizens. We know that is a hitter-friendly stadium. In my opinion, the Phillies have the much better bats in this order. If you look, The top four in the order here are going to be Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Brandon Marsh. All of these guys hitting really well. You've got Schwarber with 32 home runs on the season, Harper with 20. Brandon Marsh is sitting at a 300 batting average with 15 on the season. Trey Turner, we know, is a staple for hitting, has multiple 2-hit games across the board this season, even 3-hit games. Here as of late, hasn't been hitting it as well, but he's still one of the top hitters in the MLB, in my opinion. This Phillies team has the better bats in a much more friendlier ballpark where it's going to be 90+ degrees tomorrow. I think that the Phillies being in Philly, and most of the Mets probably were in Philly as well, but the Phillies being at home, coming off the All-Star break, I think they come out here with some energy. If I'm going to be on any side tomorrow, I want it to be the Phillies at -124. I just haven't seen enough out of the Mets. We know that the Mets do have high strikeout rates across the board. They have a ton of batters with over 50 Ks on the strikeouts on the season. You've got Carson Bench. He's one of the top in the MLB right now. 83 strikeouts. Bo Bichette, 73. Francisco Alvarez, 60. Brett Baty, 89. MJ Melendez, 50. You know, these are some of your better bats in the top of the order, right? And once you get outside of that, you start really looking at who do the Mets have that could contend as far as hitting outside that top of the order. And you got Brett Baty, who's probably the third best bat in that Mets lineup right now, and he's got 60+ strikeouts. The Mets have been one of the weakest offenses by several measurements, y'all, this season. And Juan Soto has remained a clear standout on this team. The only bright spot. He may be the only play I'd want to take for a home run tomorrow. I don't trust guys coming off the Derby right out the gate, Kyle Schwarber or Bryce Harper. I may stay off of those two guys as far as home runs go. But look, end of the day, this Phillies team would be the side I would want to be on. I think that from the over-under perspective, the pricing across the book shows us that it favors the over. It's going to be a moderate run environment, average run environment. You can see it right here on the top of Blowout Alert. It's telling you it's an average run environment. I prefer the Phillies over 4.5 team total at -122. I think that's a very good look. I also think Aaron Nola for 5 strikeouts tomorrow is a great look. And then obviously give me the Phillies on the money line here to get it done. I think that they win this one coming off that All-Star break in Philly. The Mets just haven't looked good all season. There's a reason they have 40 wins and 57 losses, and the Phillies have 54 and 43. I'm not in love with Nola. I'm not in love with the starting pitcher advantage to the Mets. But look, the +106, -130, 124. This is showing you guys that the implied probability is around 53% that the Phillies win this, and right around 46.5% that the Mets get this thing done. So I want to be on the side with the Phillies here, -124, over 4.5 team total. Give Juan Soto a look for a home run to go yard off of Nola. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's where we're going to go. Those are my best bets for tomorrow on this slate. All right, if you want to lock in, just go ahead and go to the descriptions tab, winnable link. I have all of my premium plays posted. We're going to cover the Open tomorrow, have some golf plays. We're going to cover 1 or 2 WNBA, I think only 1 WNBA game tomorrow. So we're going to cover that one, and then obviously the one MLB. So use the code word tequila, save a little bit of cash, and let's rock. Let's have a day. I'll see y'all next time. Book the one way.